What's up, y'all? It's your girl Chanel from Complex Simplicity. Happy Wednesday, almost Thursday. As tempted as I was to go upstairs and lay in my good bed, I said, nope, we got to do a little vlog today. So maybe two or three different points or topics that I want to talk about, or different points that I would like to make. And so I watched Hollywood Unlocked, which has Jason Lee. He was on a few seasons of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. He was the infamous one for throwing a drink in Hazel E's face. I think that was first season. It has Melissa Ford, the well-known former video vixen, intelligent, dope woman, and Giovanni, I forgot his name. But anyway, I stumbled upon their radio show and have been watching it on YouTube ever since. And today they had Johnny Blaze, another kind of vixen kind of young lady who's in the industry. He's been in the industry for a while. And the point that I want to actually dissect and talk about is Melissa Ford made a statement that a lot of times in the industry, because she and Johnny Blaze were talking about some of the beefs, for lack of a better word, that Johnny Blaze has had with other industry women. And Melissa Ford made a statement that a lot of times when we have similarities as women, if some of our talents are in the same vicinity, if we kind of are into the same things, do the same things, it can present to be a roadblock, an issue in relationships with other women, because someone is always going to either feel uber competitive, or someone else may feel slighted or not as good. Let's say singing, and I've sung in a singing group before. I've mentioned this to you all. And so, in college I met 3 girlfriends who enjoyed singing damn near as much as I did, right? Growing up, I had a hard time really finding other peers who were into music and understood it and had a love for singing and hearing crazy jazz notes and different things the way that I did. And so when I went away to college, it was like, for once I have, sorry, my face is uber dry. Anyway, but it was like, for once I have actually found people who share the same understanding and interest in music as I do. So now, we can talk about it for hours. We could sing all day, every day. Whereas before, with my high school friends, it's like they're looking at me like I'm crazy, like, okay, enough of that kind of thing, right? And so at times, well, let me back it up. Once we all really discovered how much we loved music and singing, and we would play around and sing at the lunch table, cafeteria, whatever, in the student lounge, student center, whatever you want to call it, then it was like, why don't we become a group, right? Our voices go well, they blend, hence the name Blends. And it was great, right? But if I'm being completely honest, there were moments when, someone in the group might have felt slighted, or they might have felt like, others were getting more shine, or, what's the word I'm looking for? Have more solo opportunities, or maybe they're the crowd favorite. Like, those dynamics do happen when you share, some of the similar interests and talents and abilities. Now, for me, I had a certain level of confidence with singing, but then I didn't, right? And so I didn't always fully utilize my moment, so to speak, whether it was having a solo or whatever. My strengths came out behind the scenes, helping to create whatever it was that we sang, or how we sang what we sang, or putting a certain types of songs, threading songs together to create interesting interesting medleys, right? So my behind the scenes work was more so where my strengths came out within the group, right? Whereas maybe 2 of my other group mates' strengths came out more with their leads, right? Some were great with picking out harmonies, and some were great with taking the lead, right? Singing lead parts. having that kind of confidence on the stage. It took me a while to really settle into my voice, appreciating it for what it is, and owning and loving who I am vocally and musically, right? The same way of getting to know who you are, loving who you are, owning who you are, right? So it took me some time to kind of get there when it came to my vocal abilities, right? And I'm glad that I kind of had that moment to experience those moments of maybe feeling a little less confident, if I did have a lead, or not always fully singing what I heard in my mind when it was my time to shine, so to speak, right? Or to have that platform to sing, or having a hard time with executing it the way that I would want, right? And so it was good for me to go through that awkward phase, and to also understand the dynamics of singing with other women, other girls, and so yes, there were times where, I was like, well, I may not be the fan favorite, like we were famous, right? But I may not be one of the ones where they're like, oh, let's shut up, Chanel's turn to sing, right? But I knew my strengths when it came to behind the scenes, and I was very comfortable in that. I think now in my 30s, I'm very comfortable in my voice, my vocal abilities. If you were to go on my Instagram page, which is at complexsimplicity09, you will see me playing around and fooling around singing. Whether I hit it perfectly or not, I own it, I'm cool with it. I know who I am vocally. I actually like my voice, and what I hear and the things that make me different vocally, you know what I'm saying? But it took me some time to get to this point. And so, yes, there could be times of moments of feeling jealous, or moments of feeling like certain people may get the credit for things that we do when they might not have been the mastermind behind the scenes with everything. Not that I did everything for the group, but I definitely helped out a lot with what we sang and how we did it, right? Of course, some of the other girls would chime in and, but my strong point was in the creative process, right? Whereas I might not have been as comfortable in my vocal abilities at that time. And so, yes, there's moments where it can be difficult for girls, women to work together who have similar abilities and giftings and talents. We see it all the time in the church world. We see it all the time in the work world, and just in reality TV, crazy world, right? Anytime there are two baddies in the room in reality TV world, it's like immediately somebody has to like gun for the other, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of whack. Like, why can't we get to a place where we're like, yo, I appreciate and respect how you do what you do. That's where I admire men, because men will like fawn over another guy's athletic abilities or vocal abilities or whatever your talent is. Not like women, where it's like, no, you can't shine because it's taking shine away from me, right? Or, oh no, I'm the one that's known to do this. You can't do this. And I've been guilty of that as well, if I'm being completely honest and transparent. I tell you all the time, I have my narcissistic moments where I get annoyed when people want to wear the same hairstyle as me at the same time, or when people see me with something and then want to come and buy or wear something in a similar way, And I have to remind myself, Chanel, you ain't the only one that can do this, wear this, and who said that they were even checking for you? You both could have just had the great idea to rock goddess locks, or to rock a particular something, outfit, whatever, shoes, whatever you want to call it, So I have to get out of my own way with that as well, because the world does not revolve around Chanel Casimir, so to speak. And so, yes, it can be definitely tricky working alongside other women who have similar talents and abilities that you may have, right? And it's finding a way to make it work. Thankfully, in my singing group, when we were a group, we loved music so much that it seemed like we were able to get past the craziness. We never had a dramatic moment, right? If somebody might have been quietly feeling some kind of way from within, somehow everybody was able to get over it. And I'm pretty sure each and every one of us within the group has had those quiet moments of feeling some kind of way, or low-key jealous, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad to know that as young as we were kind of able to like get over it and never let it stop and affect the music, right? And after a while, you just get to a point where it's like, whoever's best fit to sing this part, whoever's best fit to help create what we're gonna do, whoever's best fit for whatever, do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's cater to everybody's strengths, right? So whatever you're strong at, that's what you should add to the group. What I'm strong at is what I should add to the group, and it goes on for everyone else, as opposed to being like jealous or feeling some kind of way, you know what I'm saying, about things and being all in our feelings. And so I was glad that, Melissa Ford actually made that point. I could only imagine in Hollywood and like in the industry, everybody can sing, everybody can rap, everybody, they're like a dime a dozen. Everybody these days, everybody could do that pole work. Everybody could bag them a celebrity or rapper dude, athlete that got money. Everybody could be a wag. Like, it's almost to the point now where it's not this exclusivity anymore, right? You could literally, in some ways, it seems like, walk off the street and make it, and not to make it seem like it's that easy, but when I think of like the Cardi B's, I had to do that when I say her name, but when I think of, the Cardi B's out here, it's like, yes, she grinded and put in her work, but the industry is so different now. Like, it's so many different things at our access to get the attention to even make it to a certain level, or for certain people to be knocking down your doors to give you an opportunity. It's just, how hard are you willing to grind for it? Or in some cases, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to do all kinds of things to get it? And nothing against Cardi B. I feel like she's worked for where she is. But it's just a different industry. When it was back in the 90s, when I was growing up, Hollywood really seemed so exclusive and not accessible in any way. There was no social media. There was no all these different outlets to get attention drawn to you. It was a hard field to get into, a hard business to break into. You could be the talented of the talented, the best of the best, and still not get that opportunity. It happened to many artists back in the day, so it's to the point now where everybody's talented in the world. The things that we can do, there are 20 other people or 100 other people who can do things similarly. I'm not going to say they'll be able to do everything we do, because I do believe God has made us all to be unique in our own way for a divine purpose, as I always say. But if I'm keeping it real, as we always hear, singers are a dime a dozen. So yes, I like to sing and I can sing. I do have some vocal ability, but I know that there are thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of other people on this planet that can sing and probably could sing circles around me. It just is what it is, And so instead of me being intimidated by other vloggers, or feeling like there's not enough room for all of us, or feeling like I have to be better than, let's embrace the things that are similar with us and embrace the differences. Let's try to learn from each other and help each other in building whatever empires we're trying to build, whatever that means for you, And so I do definitely agree with Melissa Ford. A lot of times it's hard to surround yourself with women, if you're a woman, who has similar giftings as you. In her point, she was more so saying she kind of strays away from women who seem to have similar talents, because it just makes things hard and difficult for the friendship, right? What I will say is, I'm not going to purposely go out of my way to stay away from people who can sing, or who blog and vlog, or who are into fashion to some degree, or who talk about controversial things. I'm not going to go out of my way to stay away from them. Maybe let's try to find out if our commonality can help both of us, to get further along with whatever message we're trying to spread out there, as opposed to, giving in to that devil on our shoulder that's like, you got to knock her down, because it can't be both of y'all, like that Gabrielle Union kind of thing, right? We can't go there. I think, we take it for what it is. There's certain things that may bring us closer because we do have a understanding. Like the young ladies in my singing group at the time, we all loved music so much. That's what was the core of our bond. It wasn't necessarily that, you know, we might have really said, let's be friends because you have an amazing personality, or let's be friends because, you know, there's just something about you. We were like, we need to be friends. We're drawn to each other because this music thing is bigger than us. And we all have this common passion for it that gives us a commonality to relate to each other in a way. And the funny thing is, in adulthood, if you were to take the music, once you take the music out of the situation, sad to say, we're probably not really friends like that. I'm probably legit friends with one person out of the singing group. You know, you grow apart, things happen, but sometimes it's like the thing that kind of tied us together. Once you remove that music, can we really make it as friends? Are we really that connected? You know what I'm saying? Now that I think about it. The music is what drew us together. A lot of people that I went to college with and thought that we were the best of friends and these friendships would last forever, it was the commonality of us, the school that we went to, whatever interests we had. But once you took us out of that college campus, that environment, and once you took us out of, or took away whatever other interests we had that bonded us, a lot of those relationships kind of fizzled out and dissipated. Some fell off because of conflict or just growing apart, but there are quite a few. We don't really business with each other like that because once you took us out of the environment of that college and whatever was the commonality that tied us, there really was nothing else there, you know? So very interesting point of Melissa Ford. And another thought that's been on my mind a lot today or throughout the week is also being attention seeking. I know I've tackled this before on the website, either I think it was on an audio recording, maybe a year and change ago, but I still kind of find it interesting that even as grown people, some of us still really struggle with feeling the need to always be seen and heard in social settings. And I'm trying to dig deeper and find out what is that really about, because I know for different people, it could be for different reasons that they're attention seeking. Not everybody may be attention seeking for the same exact reasons, but I find myself cringing when I witness it in person. You know, we're in a mixed setting with people we know a little bit, don't know at all. And there's always those few that have to be seen and heard in the room. And sometimes when you add alcohol to the equation, it just puts it on from a 10 to like 1,000, right? And it's like, well, but why can't we all just kind of course, be social and have our moments to be social and be around each other and have a good time? But why is it that we constantly have to have the attention or have the mic, so to speak, you know? Why? Why can't we have a balance where we're interacting with people, we have our moments where we do have the floor to share or say certain things, and then we have our moment where we're kind of fade to the back a little bit and observe? Because that's me. You know, I'm that girl where if we're involved, if we're listening to music and we're singing or we're dancing or we're talking or playing games or we're whatever it is, I will have my moment of, you'll definitely know Chanel's in the room. But there are times where first of all, I'm a laid back person in general, but there'll also be times where I will kind of fall back a bit and not feel the need to always have to say something or have everyone in the room looking at my direction. You know what I'm saying? Looking at me. Because I'm interested in hearing what other people have to share, and I'm interested in observing the other people that are in the room. So I know, you know how they say when you go to clubs or tight spaces, the first thing you should do when you enter the room is look for all the exits. So God forbid if something jump off in here, I know what direction I need to run in, right? That's kind of how I am in social situations. I'm there to have a good time and to share and to hear other people's thoughts and to have fun and to like kick back. But I'm also scanning the room to see, there's a lot of liquor flowing in here. is there anyone in this room that may have the propensity to get violent? Or is there anyone in this room that may have the propensity to be sexually inappropriate? Or, I'm always like just trying to scan the room so I know what I'm dealing with as best as I can in social situations. So because I'm multitasking in the moment, I don't really feel the need to have everybody look at what I'm doing and how I'm belly rapping and dancing, if that's how you do it, or, what I'm talking about or what I'm wearing, or, I don't really need that kind of attention, And the crazy thing is, and my husband always says I'm crazy and I am narcissistic. But the crazy thing is, I find in a lot of social situations, without me even trying to garner attention, a lot of women are paying me attention. Males in the room may pay me attention. And it has nothing to do with the fact, I'll give my parents some credit. Maybe they do feel like a girl kind of cute. Kind of cute. But I think a lot of it also just has to deal with whatever maybe radiates from within me. I was talking to a coworker today, and she was just like, "You're just like such a confident, positive person." She was like, "You're like, what does she call it? Super Soul Monday, Sundays, whatever it is that Oprah Winfrey has going on, that kind of has that thing on Sundays where she talks real deep." And I was like, well, yeah, but like at the end of the day, I kick back and have fun. I like to talk deep. Y'all know I be on this, website talking deep all the time. But please know there also is a balanced part of me. You see me bugging out in the music section. You see me with fashion. Like, I'm not just this controversial thinker, deep talker all the time. I like to have fun. You know what I'm saying? And but then what she said was, you're happy. Your happiness radiates. Your contentment with yourself. Contentness. I always get that mixed up. But you being content with who you are and yourself is what emanates from you. And I said, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why I feel like even when I'm not trying to be noticed, I am in the room, so to speak, But like I said, for all of us, I get that some of us may have more of the life of the party type personalities than others. Some of us may have more of a laid back personality than others. Some of us may really, really have social anxiety more than others. Whatever. No judgment, but just for us to kind of, if we find that we are one of those who is either always needing the attention in the room, like sucking the life out of the room, needing for everyone to know that you're in the room, maybe let's try to figure out what that's about, right? And for those of us that may be the other extreme, where maybe we do everything in our power to not get attention, maybe we should also kind of see what that's about. You know me, I'm all about living a life of balance as much as possible. Let's be balanced. Have your social moments, interact with people, have fun, enjoy your moment to have that mic. But then also sit back and let someone else have that time and that moment, and observe and scan the room so you're safe in all social situations, right? So I don't know, those few thoughts that I had on tonight on a Wednesday, Thursday. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. I pray that everybody has an amazing weekend and next week has a great holiday. I'm sure I'll talk more about that next week and share some things that I'm thankful for in the spirit of the holiday. And yes, continue to rock with your girl. Continue to check me out by coming to complexsimplicity.com, where your girl gets deep but also knows how to have a good time. See that balance? Thanks for the love. Please, I also posted not last week, at the top of the week, about the social media from my website. At Complex Simplicity 09 is my Instagram, and Complex Simplicity is my Facebook page. On the Instagram page, I'm always singing, being quirky, being me, having uplifting messages and quotes that I share daily. So check it out so you know when I'm updating things, and so you can rock with your girl and we can interact in a different way, right? Thanks so much, and until next time.